Hello and thanks for purchasing the LDG Electronics AT-600ProII. The AT-600ProII is one of LDG's most feature-packed tuners. In part 1 of this video series, we looked at installation and basic operation of the AT-600ProII. In part 2, we'll go over some of the advanced operations. Before we continue, place your amplifier in bypass. As you recall from the first video, fully automatic tuning is very simple. Just transmit, and the AT-600ProII tunes. There are times when you may not want this behavior. To switch to semi-automatic mode, press Function and C down. The LEDs will flash in the outer corners of the display to indicate semi-automatic mode. Now, tuning will not occur unless specifically requested. To force a full tuning cycle, press and hold the tune button for more than 2.5 seconds while transmitting a carrier. Keep transmitting until the tuning cycle is complete. To request a tune from memory, press and hold the tune button for 1 second while transmitting a carrier. You can see that for a memory tune, recall from memory is almost instantaneous. However, if no match is found in memory, a full tuning cycle will be requested and then stored. To compare the performance of your antenna with and without the AT-600ProII's match, press the tune button momentarily to enter bypass mode. Press tune momentarily again to return to active. You'll note that placing the tuner in bypass mode illuminates the bypass LED and places the AT-600ProII into semi-automatic tuning mode. Press Function C down to return to fully automatic mode. In full auto mode, the AT-600ProII automatically begins tuning whenever the SWR exceeds a user settable threshold. To set this threshold, press Function and L down repeatedly until the desired threshold is shown. In this example, the AT-600ProII will now begin tuning when the SWR exceeds 1.7 to 1. While transmitting through the AT-600ProII, the upper bar graph display shows the RF power. By default, average power is displayed. QRL, is this frequency in use? On voice modes like single sideband and AM, it may be more useful to display peak power. To toggle between average and peak, press Function and then C up. The falling LED display indicates peak mode is selected. QRL, is this frequency in use? Press Function and C up again to return to average mode. Press Function and L up to toggle the RF power meter scale. The two ranges are 0 to 60 and 0 to 600 watts. Although the AT-600ProII tunes automatically, it may be desired to manually touch up the tuning. For this, press the C up and C down or L up and L down buttons to increase or decrease capacitance or inductance. Holding any of these buttons will cause the button to repeat quickly. Similarly, the AT-600ProII automatically chooses whether to match for high impedance or low impedance antennas. To make this choice manually, press Function and then Antenna to toggle between high and low impedance settings. When you are satisfied with your manual settings, press Function and then Tune to store the settings in a memory associated with the current frequency. Once your manual settings are complete, unbypass your amplifier and you're ready to transmit again. This concludes Part 2 of the AT-600ProII video series. Be sure to stay tuned for additional videos in this series where we show you how to interface directly to ICOM and Yaesu radios, as well as demonstrate the M600 external analog meter.